everybody. Welcome back to One Thing for Certain. I'm LA.
I'm Hollis.
So, first of all, I want to thank everybody for all the support on the podcast.
Indeed.
Lots and lots of support, lots and lots of comments. Very overwhelmed. So, second podcast tonight, we decided to touch on a little subject again. So, tonight we're going to be discussing, can a friendship develop into a good relationship? Or better yet, is it a good idea for two people that are really good friends to start a relationship together?
Hey, as always, I'll kick off. I say sometimes. I don't think it's a definite yes or no. I think it depends on the two people. Because some friendships, just because you're friends doesn't mean you have the capacity to take it any further.
Okay, that's true. Now, I want to add something to the question. Let's say, I think a better question, not necessarily a better question, but a part two.
Okay.
Let's say that the friendship develops into a relationship.
Okay.
The relationship doesn't work.
Okay.
Can you go back to being friends?
Ooh, it depends. Why didn't it work?
What do you mean? I mean, honestly, whatever reason, bad or good, but is there such thing as a good and a bad breakup?
There is. I think a good breakup is a mature breakup where there's not necessarily you doing wrong or I was doing wrong. It's just that we identify that we may not be the best together.
Okay, I got you.
Now, if you cheated, I cheated, that's a bad breakup.
Yeah, because
I don't want to be your friend.
Because maybe I'm lucky, but every breakup I ever had, we still friends. Can you say that?
I can't say we're still friends. I can say we're cordial.
Yeah, we're still friends. Like, I don't think I've ever had a bad breakup. I mean, I think I had a bad divorce, but I've had breakups where I was like, I didn't quite understand why we were breaking up or whatever.
Gotcha.
But I wouldn't say it was a bad breakup. Just kind of left me confused.
Gotcha.
But we're all friends. It's very rare you can say that. But back to the question. I think it's very difficult. I think it would be very difficult if you're friends with someone,
mm-hmm.
and then you start dating and you break up. How do you go back to being regular friends? It's all
about how the breakup happened. If you cross some boundaries as a friend, as my significant other, we may not want to go back to being friends because I can't trust you. If there's a violation of trust, how can that be a friend?
So you say it's based off the breakup. So let's say, okay, so in other words, I got a friend that I've known for 15 years.
Okay.
And we start dating and she cheats.
Okay.
And then it's like, okay, well, we're going to break up. And then all of a sudden, like, okay, so now there's a gathering. All the friends are at somebody's house playing cards or whatever, and then we're both there. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I'll probably be looking at her some type of way. Because in my mind, I'm like, she cheated? Because you ain't gonna get over that.
Think about it. Even if you get over it, you'll never look at her the same, and you'll never put her in that true friend category. Because once a friend, I'm not gonna say never, but it would be hard for me to consider her a good friend. She can be an associate. No hard feelings. You go your way, I go mine. If our paths cross, then it's cool. But I'm never gonna put you in that close friend category. You can be an associate.
Have you ever thought about doing that?
No.
Really?
No.
I ain't realized crossed my mind before.
What?
Asking a friend out that I've known for a long time.
I have probably missed out on some good situations because I didn't want to cross that boundary.
This is what I'm talking about. How do you know that person might be? Because if let's say you've been friends for 15 years.
Okay.
Obviously, there's a reason you've been friends for 15 years.
But that doesn't mean that it translates to a romantic relationship.
Because after 15 years, you probably know a lot about that person.
Absolutely.
You probably know a lot of secrets and everything.
But that doesn't mean that translates into a successful relationship. Some people are friends. And some friendships are not worth the risk. Because what if, again, you do try and make something and then it doesn't work out? You lost a friend.
All right, I'm going to ask you an adult question here.
There you go.
If there's somebody that you've been friends with for a long time, and I'm not going to say you dated, but you slept with them.
Friends with a long time, I'm sure there is, but are they a true friend?
I'm asking you.
Like true friend.
I'm asking you as your friend. I'm asking you.
True friends, I don't cross those boundaries with.
Okay.
Now, is there somebody I'm friendly with?
No. When I say
That's
friend,
a difference.
If I say friends, in this case, I'm saying maybe 10, 15 years you've been friends with this person. And
Knowing a person and being friends is something different.
Whatever.
I don't cross those boundaries with friends because I cherish friendship.
I'm just asking if you, again, so you've never done it.
No.
All right. I got you.
No.
Because I would think that situation would be a little more awkward. In my opinion, that would be a little more awkward than actually dating somebody. Because in most cases, it might be, for lack of a better word, a one night stand.
True. But I don't think that would be more awkward. I think, if anything, as long as both parties are emotionally invested at the same level, then I think things can kind of go back. And that's speaking from me, assuming, because, again, I don't cross those boundaries. Once I deem you my sister, you my friend.
I got you.
Whew.
Yeah, because I have friends that I literally, like they're as close to me as blood sisters, right?
Okay.
And I've had a couple where...
Would you cross those boundaries?
No, and I'm going to tell you why. Because if we're so close that I look at you like a sister...
Absolutely.
I literally look at you like a sister, and I'm like, I wouldn't have sex with my real sister, so...
Facts.
I'm not going to have sex with you. And like, because I have friends that are extremely attractive.
Okay.
And I've had guys like, man, you never try to get with her? I'm like, no, she's like a sister to me.
There you go.
And I'm like, they like, really? I said, no. And I thought about it. I was like, as long as I've known these people, the ones that they're talking about, I'm like, I've never looked at them like that. Because even in high school, like I had a lot of friends in high school, but I had a select group of female friends. They were all mainly attractive. And I'll be honest, I was a little wild in high school.
Okay.
So, I had my moments, but I never looked at them like that.
That's right.
And even though we were around each other all the time, I never looked at them like that.
That makes sense.
So, I mean, if it's that kind of relationship to me, I couldn't see myself trying it. Because I can't imagine a breakup and I'm like, okay, we can go back to how we were.
Then I would say those are true friends. Other people that you would cross those boundaries with, I wouldn't consider those friends. Because like you said, if I look at you like a sister, that's the ultimate friendship. You would not cross those boundaries. So that tells you that there's something there beyond that attraction. That's a friendship.
Really? So you think?
Absolutely.
So in my case, this wasn't recently, but a few years back when I did consider asking that person out. So I consider this person a true friend.
Okay.
But I was like, there was this, I kind of felt like there was this connection there somehow.
Okay.
And I was like, I wonder what it would be like to ask her out. I wonder what it would be like to go on a date with her and see what it's like.
Did you go?
No, I never acted on it.
Why?
Believe it or not, man, you probably don't surprise your nerves. And listen, first of all,
Now,
I'm never nervous to ask
Now
anybody.
ask yourself, was the nerves because you didn't want to ruin the friendship, or was the nerves because of what?
I think that's what it was. I didn't want to ruin the friendship.
So that tells you that you didn't want to cross that boundary because she's a true friend. And you were struggling with seeing her in a different light.
Because for one thing, I didn't want to ask her, and then she's like, "Nah, I don't want to do it." Because they might look like, "No, we've been friends too long."
Do a no's a no, man. That doesn't. we at the age where a no is a no.
No, it's like I don't want to ask and be like, "Yeah, you ever thought about, maybe we can go out to dinner?" It's like, no, we've known each other too long. Then I'll be like, you know how guys are, man. They hit your ego a little bit.
No, man.
Really?
No, because you really don't feel comfortable asking that in the first place. Now, there are women that we're friendly with because we're attracted to them and we don't take it there for whatever reason. So if it's that surface level friendship, you may know them, but you don't see them as a sister, then I see that. But not, like you said, a true friendship, that's my sister, that you can't cross that.
Yeah, because when I think about it, I have literally never dated anybody. And I'm thinking all the way back to grade school, I guess, because we had, back in the day we had a "Do you like me?" check, yes or no. Mm-hmm. I'm going all the way back to there. I've never dated anybody that was a friend first. We always became friends
because you liked each other.
Yeah,
and you didn't neither one of you wanted to take that first step, so you both came in from that friendship role, and it kind of progressed.
Okay. And then it's funny because after we broke up, then we became really good friends. I mean, we dated. Obviously, you're friends if you're dating, but then when we broke up, we became really good friends.
But why did you break up?
Yeah, man, so many reasons. I mean,
but was it a violation of trust?
You know, I've had through my relationships, I've had 2 relationships end because of a violation of trust. In other words, cheating. So the other ones were.
Would you consider yourself friends with them?
Yeah. Actually, you know.
You hesitated.
Because I had
not friendly, but friends.
We're still friends.
Okay.
Because at some point you got to get over it. Okay, yeah, you cheated on me. Nothing I can't take that back.
No, you can't. But once you break that trust, can it be restored? Can I trust you again?
Yeah.
That's the I would say the ultimate betrayal, but that's on that level where I trust you and you violate that trust. Can I consider you a friend? Would I trust you in ways that make me vulnerable again?
Well, it's hard to come back from that, whether you were friends or not.
Absolutely.
I mean, like, because if it's a very, 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 very touchy subject because at some point, first of all, you know, people get the misconception that cheating is the act of that cheating is the act of actually just sleeping with somebody. Now, you know, I learned a long time ago, cheating starts with the text messages,
absolutely,
and phone calls, and all that.
Being open to the text messages and the phone call.
Because if you want a committed relationship, and you know, my mom taught me this at an early age, even before the text messages and all that other stuff. If you want a committed relationship,
mm-hmm.
like me, if I'm in a committed relationship, the only females I'm communicating with are the ones that we do. And you know, my mom taught me this at an early age, even before the text messages and all that other stuff. If you want a committed relationship,
mm-hmm.
like me, if I'm in a committed relationship, the only females I'm communicating with are the ones that we are sisters.
Okay.
That are like sisters to me.
That's right.
Or work-related friends or something like that.
Okay.
But if it's somebody I dated a year ago or whatever, and now all of a sudden they kind of like texting me, you know, I draw that line.
Absolutely.
I'm like, look, you know, I'm seeing somebody. But, you know, like I said, that's the misconception now. People think, oh, he cheated or she cheated because, you know, they slept together. No, the cheating can start a long more time before that.
I think people understand that. I think it's hard to come back from the act.
The act, yeah.
The act is what makes it real because exchanging text messages or a phone call, yes, it's wrong and it makes you mad, but the act.
Can you forgive somebody? Can you forgive somebody?
I don't know if I can.
That enters into the question. Can you be friends? So if you're dating that person
mm-hmm.
and you know they cheated,
mm-hmm.
you have to forgive them if you're gonna be friends again, right?
Absolutely. But see, there's a difference between forgiving and getting past. You can get past.
It's not the same thing.
That's not the same thing. Because to me, forgiving means I got past it. We can move forward in some capacity. Getting past it means, okay, I will never trust you in a certain light. So we can be friends.
I see what you're saying. Because the one particular relationship I was in, and she cheated,
mm-hmm.
right? For the longest time, it took me. We were friendly,
mm-hmm.
but I didn't really talk to her that much.
Okay.
Because it was hard for me. Because, like you said, once you violate that trust, man, it's hard to come back and and act like everything's normal.
It's hard, man. We don't do well with violation of trust and respect. That's just we ain't wired that way.
Because after that, every time I saw her,
mm-hmm.
whether consciously or not, my mind was like, she cheated. That's the first thing I thought, she cheated.
Absolutely.
And I'm thinking, I didn't cheat. And I can remember a time when I was going through a divorce and I literally asked my ex-wife, I said, if you cheated, tell me. Because I think we can, and I rarely say this.
Mm-hmm.
If I say this to somebody, I'm truly in love with them. I said, we can get through it, I think. Because if somebody cheats, the first thing you want to know is why. Because
mm-hmm.
subconsciously you're saying it's got to be something I did wrong. Not all the time. Sometimes people just cheat.
I would say it's never about what you did wrong. It's always about the other person.
Because cheating is a choice.
It's a choice.
My mom, that's
a choice.
That's one of her favorite sayings. Cheating is a choice.
It's a choice. It's like deciding what color pants to wear these jeans, these khakis. You made that choice. I didn't put them on you.
So at the end of the day, I think we kind of agree here. I don't think it's a good idea to date somebody that you've known for a long time. Because regardless, because like I said, like you were saying earlier, if it's a good or bad breakup, it's not going to really matter.
Yep.
Because you're going to break up and it's going to be hard to get past it. Whether it was something like as serious as cheating, and like I said,
a bad argument. I mean, there's so many different things. Now that's a friendship. If you've known them for a long time, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But crossing the line from true friends, sometimes friends are forever.
A bad argument shouldn't be a breakup.
It shouldn't be, but it depends. Sometimes arguments expose issues.
If your relationship breaks up over a bad argument, there was a problem. There was a problem somewhere.
Absolutely, but sometimes argument expose issues.
Listen, my grandmother used to tell us when we were kids, like, and I want everybody to pay attention to what I'm getting ready to say. If you want a strong relationship, be with somebody that's going to stand under that umbrella with you when it's raining.
That's facts.
Because
that's facts.
Every relationship is not going to be sunshine.
That's facts.
It's going to be rain. And I don't mean literally raining. I mean, I'm using, this is an analogy. She used to always say, if that person runs in the house and leave you out there in the rain, they were never serious about you in the first place.
Agreed.
So, and that's how I try to treat relationships. I'm like, listen, we can get through it.
Absolutely.
You can't fight. I can't fight by myself.
All in.
So
all in, all out.
But that's the key. Just for future reference.
That's a topic for another day too.
It is.
What does all in, all out mean?
All in, all out. Because like I said, you got to find somebody who's going to stand under that umbrella with you when that rain comes. Because a good relationship does not develop during good times.
It doesn't. It's not tested during good times.
Exactly. A good relationship nourishes and grows through the bad times.
That's right.
Because when you first meet somebody, it's peaches and cream for the first couple of months because you just getting to know each other, so everything's good.
Absolutely.
But when that first adversity hit, can you get through it?
Absolutely. I think that's where the friendship, the long term, knowing the person for a long time, it kind of disguises itself and gives you that comfort to say, hey, we've been through this, but that doesn't, just because you've been through that doesn't mean you're compatible. Doesn't mean you should take that chance, because you could take a great friendship and ruin it. And now you lost the relationship and you lost the friendship. That's why I say it depends.
I'm in agreement with you on this one. I think this is not a good idea. Because like I said, I've never dated anybody that before we dated, we were friends. It's mostly somebody I just met.
See, now I think we need to make the distinction between friendly and true friends.
I got you.
So there's a difference. Being friendly with somebody, that's a difference.
So at the end, we're saying it's not a good idea.
I say it's not a good idea.
All right, everybody, you heard it here. It's not a good idea. So, hey. So, listen, we got some news here. Friday night, we're going live. So, if you got some questions, make sure you hit the subscribe button. A lot of people were telling me, oh, I don't have YouTube. Get YouTube so you subscribe. So, every Tuesday, every Friday, we're going to drop videos. But again, this Friday, we're going to be live. So, you can literally ask questions real time. So, until then, Friday, we'll see you. Peace out.
Peace out.